Welcome back, my beautiful survivors. Today we're talking about setting boundaries once you've left a narcissistic relationship. Boundaries are a really important aspect of every relationship, but particularly when you're leaving narcissistic abuse, the narcissist will try to push your boundaries. They see boundaries actually as a challenge rather than a brick wall. And so we really need to set these boundaries and be consistent and let them stand on their feet so that we can move on to the healing process and really reclaiming the life that we have lost under the narcissist's thumb. So the first step of setting boundaries is to clearly define the boundaries that you need for yourself on your own. So you'll need to just spend some time sitting down and thinking on the boundaries that you're going to need and whether you can go no contact or low contact. The other boundary is with flying monkeys. The narcissist may have people in both of your lives that will still give them information about you. And so you need to decide how you're going to handle those people, whether you're going to decide to completely cut them off if they are not being helpful or helping you in the healing process, or are you going to go low contact, or are they going to be a trusted individual that you can share things with and they will not relay that information on to the narcissist. So you've got to figure out what boundaries and what walls you're going to put up. And if you are going no contact, it's a little bit easier because you can just cut off all means of communication. If you have to go low contact because you share children or you own a business together or there are other reasons why you still have to stay in touch, then you're going to want to figure out a way to communicate with them. So it's not going to be on Facebook as well as text, as well as chatting at drop-offs, as well as having phone conversations. It's really important to document everything that you and the narcissist talk about and have one solid means of communication. So for me, that was email. I wanted to have everything time-stamped and a record of being sent and record of being received, and that the message that I was sending was very clear and concise and couldn't be misconstrued or how the narcissist manipulates the things that you say later down the line. So via email was the best way to document everything, make sure that my message was clear and it didn't carry a lot of emotion or anything like that. And I got it transmitted to the narcissist and they received it and it was there. In terms of keeping communication open with the children and the narcissist, through text message was the best way, and I, for the most part, would stay out of it. If a message came in from the narcissist, I would just give the phone over to the child and let them communicate back and forth, and then that was it. Everything was there in one place, and then the narcissist and I weren't communicating through text message, so that it always stayed a clean place for the children to be able to communicate with him and not see any of the adult conversation or have any part of the adult discussions. So those were my two boundaries that were set. I would not talk to him in person. I would not talk to him on the phone. I would not have other interactions through Facebook or anything like that. It was just two modes of communication. And I made it very clear that the only conversations that we need to have are about parenting time and anything related to our children. Outside of that, there was no conversations. If he did need to speak to me about something else, then it needed to go through my lawyer, and that was the extent of it. My boundary was the only thing that you and I can communicate about is our children, anything related to them. Everything else goes through my lawyer, and everything that we do talk about goes through email. I would have preferred everything going through a parenting app, but I couldn't get him to agree. So if you and your ex-partner can agree on a parenting app, that is probably the best way to communicate, because you can also link in any support staff or court staff into the conversation, and they can see everything in real time and nothing can get deleted. So that is step one. So step 2 is staying calm and assertive. So you don't want to get drawn into all the back and forth and the arguments and the defending yourself from accusations and all of that. If you send to the narcissist, you can pick up Jane at 4 o'clock at the water slide park, and the narcissist responds with, "You always make the plans, you never let anyone else have a say, you're so bossy, blah, 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 blah," whatever they say. You respond, "Great, I'll see you at 4 o'clock at Waterslide Park." And you just stick to the facts. Remain very firm and calm and concise, and don't feed into any of the drama, because they will send you pages and pages of information, and there's usually very little that you need to actually respond to. So when you are responding, just pick out those little things that actually need to be addressed and respond to that just like you would if it was a business email or you were in a job interview. You're just focused on answering the question that is presented to you, and you're not going to get into any of the drama or back and forth with the person. So number 3 is to use I statements. Try not to be accusatory or anything like that, and just state the things that you're going to need. So instead of saying, "Why don't you leave me alone? You're always harassing me," you can say, "I need space. I need you not to contact me between 9 p.m. and 9 a.m. If there's an issue you need to address, please email me between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. And that's it. Like, you let him know what you need. I need space. I need to have time to look over this document, whatever it might be. Just use I statements so that you cannot be drawn into, again, another back and forth with this person. Number 4, be consistent. So if you say we're only talking through email, and then you send a text message, and then you make a phone call, and then you are not setting the boundaries and sticking to them. And narcissists already see boundaries as challenges. So if they see that you will take an inch here or an inch there for yourself, they will do the same thing right back. And you don't want to leave any footholds open that they can start to communicate with you again and start thinking that they might be able to hoover you back in because you're loosening your boundaries. So stay consistent. If you say it's only via email, it's only via email. If you say we only discuss things on Monday to Friday, then it's only Monday to Friday. Whatever the boundaries that you've set are, maintain them, you stick to them so that you can set that example that they must stick to them as well. Limit personal information. So you're going to stick to the facts and you're going to stick to the topic. You do not want to give this person any more information than is required. Just very to the fact, "I'm sorry, we're unavailable." So stick to the facts, stay on topic. Don't give too much personal information. Don't give your whereabouts. If you're dating somebody new, none of that stuff. It is not necessary, and it can actually cause a lot more problems for you. So use technology to block or limit this person's exposure or to your personal information. So you're going to block them on Facebook. You're going to block them on all social media platforms. You are going to restrict their access to the information they can find out about you online. We have amazing technology available to us, so use it. There are block features on all sorts of apps, and you're going to want to utilize those. Just keep the means of communication open to what you've decided already, and other than that, just block them. The less access they have to you, the sooner you'll be able to heal and move on. Low contact is really important. Number 7, focus on self-healing. So this one's really important. Once you've blocked them or you've gone low contact and you've made it difficult for them to find out information on you, you don't want to stay in that scared, protective zone. You want to start to begin to heal yourself. And that might be a number of different strategies that I can go into in another video, but you really want to focus your energy towards rebuilding and creating the life that you've always wanted and healing you from the inside out. You need to change the passwords to your things. You need to change the passwords to anything and everything, even if you don't think that they have access to it, because There are ways that you can find out stuff with the information that they already do have. And a lot of us reuse passwords on different websites. So I recommend changing everything. Think about all the passwords that you enter, like Wi-Fi password, the passcode to your door, like your front door, a password to your emails, your Facebook, your bank accounts, any and all passwords. They need to be immediately changed and resecured with a password that this person can't easily guess, and even consider changing those security questions to something that they wouldn't have answers to. Number 9 is surrounding yourself with good people that lift you up, people that make you feel happy and lighthearted and help you to laugh and see the brighter side of things, people that make you feel happy and good inside and out. We really need support during this period, and when you're isolating yourself from the narcissist and their flying monkeys, and you're releasing that negative stuff into the world, having good people around you to build you up and help you find the brighter side and the lighter side of life is going to be so beneficial. So if you don't have a community already, I encourage you, subscribe here and join our community of survivors, and add to the comment section down below. Tell people where you are, what you're struggling with, and you'll find such a wealth of information and support and love in communities of people that have survived narcissism. Not just that, like if you have good friends and good family that you can trust with your information and they make you feel good, spend more time with them. Number 10, if necessary, use legal resources to protect yourself. So if you find that after all these tips, the narcissist is still finding ways to get information about you, they're still, trying to contact you, even though you've set your boundaries and you've been consistent and you've told them no, and you repeatedly set the boundaries with them, you can request for legal assistance. So whether that be getting a protective order or no contact order or something like that, look into the resources in your area. They are there for you. If you have trouble finding resources, you can always call up a women's shelter, because they are the experts at finding ways to help women move beyond abuse and into a brighter future. So they will be able to connect you with the resources in your community to get you the support that you need. And finally, number 11, document everything. So anytime there's an interaction, document it. Having a running journal about how things have been going and what dates things happen can be used in court if necessary to support your claim for protection or no contact order. So definitely document everything, especially if you're dealing with children involved in the mix, because the accusations that the narcissist might put out there, it's not necessary for you to defend yourself against them to them, but you might have to stand against those accusations at some point in court. So absolutely document everything. Keeping a journal is a form of documentation, and just putting like little log notes in anytime there's an interaction, or just a daily log as to what you've been doing, and that can be really helpful down the line. Our memory fades over time, so documenting everything on paper or in Google Drive or something like that can be extremely helpful. So I hope these tips were helpful, and I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and join us here for more tips and ideas on healing after narcissistic abuse. And I wish you a beautiful weekend, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.